Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you about your glasses, by the way. Is there a story behind it?
As a joke, I'm saying it was broken. Like I had one red, one black, and then I stick together. Yeah.
How were you like, and when did you make that transformation, and how did you go about it?
When I'm creating content, I'm a crazy person, but I've got like another personality which is really shy. Yeah.
How do you deal with the hate and negative comments? Because social media can be very toxic.
It was a bit tough because my customers might not working with me when they were seeing all the negative comments. Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've had ever?
I had, to be honest, I didn't know that, but when I went to China, they gave me a dog, and I didn't know it's, yeah, and I didn't know that it's dog.
Desert Media presents The Bigger Picture. Hello, Hubert, aka Mr. Taster. It is so nice to have you on the Bigger Picture podcast with us today. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much. And thanks for having me. So excited to be here.
So, Hubert, you are a world famous food critic with almost 2 million followers on Instagram. Can you tell us about your journey being an influencer, and how was it like before you started?
Yeah, 14 years ago, I was in London and in a conference called SES, Search Engine Strategies. And what happened, I went to a restaurant and I had baby octopus. And I put it in my Facebook on that time, and I had 400 likes. So I found people, because my background is more marketing. Okay. So I found people loves food more than marketing. So I decided to start Mr. Taster. So I started to reviewing restaurants. And it's been like 14 years now. I'm doing reviews for restaurants, and it's a long journey now.
Yeah, 14 years. That's quite a long time. I think you might be one of the initial food bloggers. Now it's more common. Yeah. But you are one of the OGs.
Yeah, I'm one of the dinosaurs.
Yeah. That's really nice.
Yeah, it's been a long time I'm doing it. I did it. I mean, when I started, I wanted to show that digital marketing and social media is working. But when I started, I knew it's going to be big one day, but I didn't know that big. So about 5 years ago, I quit my marketing company because I was CEO of the company. So I left it. Okay. And I focus on Mr. Taster.
That's really good. Yeah, it's always good to focus on one goal. So being a food influencer is not an easy job. Who do you think is your biggest support system in this whole process?
I think people, because I'm a funny guy. In the same time, I'm very emotional. Yeah. And I love people more than food. But the way I eat, my face is different, and my glasses, my hair. I think that's why people, when they see my videos, only for one time, they recognize me in the street. So I'm enjoying every second of it. Like when I see people, when I see they saying, "Oh, I saw your videos, we loved it." That's when I'm saying, "Oh, job's done."
It's worth it.
Yeah. I love it. To be honest with you, I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you about your glasses, by the way. Is there a story behind it?
No, nothing. One day I saw my friend having these glasses. Oh, okay. One is like circle and the other one was a square. And when he was just testing it, he didn't use it. So I said, "Please don't buy it. Please don't buy it."
I want it to be my thing.
And then the day after, I saw him. He didn't buy it because I don't want to be second, to be honest with you. So the day after, I went and I bought it. And then another time, I saw like different color. Half of it is red and half of it is black. So yeah, I bought it, and now everyone's saying, "Oh, you've got nice glasses." I've got two people I've got haters. They're saying, "We hate your glasses," and I've got people they saying, "We love your glasses."
I think that's what makes it unique, and that's what makes your content stand out as well. I thought maybe you got them customized, but you just found them.
No. As a joke, I'm saying it was broken. Like I had one red, one black, and then I stick together. Yeah.
To Hubert before Mr. Taster.
Yeah.
How were you like, and when did you make that transformation, and how did you go about it?
I don't even watch my videos. Can you believe that?
No way.
Seriously. Sometimes, recently, I watched one or two because I'm a shy person. When I see my crazy stuff, I'm like getting
I would never imagine seeing your content that you're shy.
I'm not watching it, to be honest
way.
with you. Yeah, because when I'm creating content, I'm a crazy person. But I've got like another personality, which is really shy.
Okay.
And even like when I was a child, my dad was saying, "Do you want water?" I couldn't say to my dad, I was thirsty, but I was really shy to say I want it. But, become Mr. Taster, to be cheeky, was like, it was a dream. Nobody would believe that it's Hamid or Hubert, Yeah, I was the CEO of the company, and I had two characters. I was serious in my company because I was CEO and director of two companies. And at night, I was getting a funny person. So having both of them together, many people were telling me, "Oh, you can't do it together. You should choose one." Mr. Taster was getting big as well. I didn't want to miss Caspid because it was like I start with Caspid anyway. Yeah. So 4 years ago, I decided just focus on Mr. Taster, and now about 9 months ago, to be honest with you, it was a big move to immigrate to Dubai because it was exactly after the protest and people didn't like it. I had so many attacks that many people told me why you left. I had suddenly 200,000 followers left me in one night.
Like people from Iran were unfollowing you just because you left?
Because they were saying you left people alone in the bad time. But it was my decision 6 months before. It wasn't the protest. But they were angry and I respected them. So I had a really tough time when I came here. So I saw 200,000 people left, and then the restaurant didn't work with me. So I was like, oh my God, I moved to Dubai. I'm renting a expensive house. I don't have a car, and it was a really bad time for me for first 6 months. But Facebook, we had a meeting with Facebook. They supporting me as well. They pushed my content and they helped me a lot. And also I started YouTube. So now I'm in the position, like after 9 months, I can see the result is coming. And, change is always hard,
Yes, 100%.
But I think people and the movement made me to be stronger, because I never saw myself to speak English in my videos. I was speaking Farsi till 9 months ago. But when I started to become international, I still, many people, they don't like it. They say, "Oh, I speak Farsi, you forgot your country." No, it's not that. It's just because I want to be international. I want to be more successful. So that's why, I did something that I never saw in myself, because as I said, I'm a shy person. Yeah. So I couldn't see myself to speak English. I couldn't see myself to travel a lot. So now I'm just, after this stuff happened, I think Mr. Taster is more stronger than before. So I just keep moving, because I'm sure end of the day it's gonna be really good for the Mr. Taster, and hopefully for the people that I want to help.
Yeah. And honestly, this story is so inspiring. That's the thing. We see a profile on social media. We don't know the story behind it. I just got to know about all of this through our conversation. Yeah. And it's really nice to hear.
For 3 months, I was crying every single night because it was too much pressure, because people, they were angry. They were saying, even if 1,000 people telling out of 2 million telling you bad stuff, you're going to feel really bad. So I was working 6 a.m. I was crying sometimes because I'm really emotional. But at the end of the day, I was saying, look, you're going to be successful. Just think about the goal. Just think about the journey. And when I left the country, I said, you might not see many of your relatives or family anymore. And as an example, I lost my uncle yesterday. And I just spoke to him on the phone 2 days before he died. So these are the things I accepted before I move out. But I'm sure that one day my dad and mom are going to be proud.
Yeah, I hope so. And so basically you cannot travel to Iran.
I can, but no, I can because there is no issue with Mr. Taster. But the reason, because of the tax, I have to be careful, because if I go back, I might be like suspended to go out, because of that I stay here, because my lawyer is chasing it.
So I wanted to ask you that about your recent trip to Pakistan. How was that like, and what were
that
the
was crazy. It was my craziest trip ever. So I traveled to Pakistan. I started with Islamabad, and then Quetta, and then Karachi. And I should tell you that it was the best trip ever, because I started with Islamabad. Many people told me that there is not much food in Islamabad. You should go to Lahore, Peshawar, or Karachi. And but when I started in Islamabad, it was really good, because I met Hamza, Ali Hamdani, and what happened, they showed me around, and it was a good warm-up for
what's to come.
Yeah, because Quetta was crazy. The Baluchistan, they made saji, they made kadi kebab. The kadi kebab was crazy. They were like making it only in winters, but they made it for me, just for my camera. Yeah. And they had like landi kebab. They put the whole goat under the ground, and it was crazy.
I saw your videos from Pakistan. Like you covered everything, all these hidden gems, all these unique ways to cook.
I was lucky because Mr. Milashkari helped me a lot as well in Quetta. He was minister when Benazir Bhutto was the president, so he helped me a lot with the content as well. And then I traveled to Karachi, and it was so much fun. I was jumping in the bus, jumping out, and the content I had.
True local experience.
Yeah,
you like that, right?
Yeah, I think I like to go back again before the January, so I might go to Peshawar at this time, and then Lahore, and maybe another time Karachi, because Karachi was so much food.
And you need to go to north, like Hunza. They have some amazing food there as well. Right. Yeah, in the mountains.
I will put it in the list. Yeah,
definitely add it to the list.
That would be good. Because I did film with Mark Weens and Food Ranger in Baluchistan in Iran.
Okay.
So I had some ideas about Baluchistan here as well. But the food they made for me, it was out of this world. So I was so lucky to travel to Pakistan.
Yeah, that's great. And I wanted to ask you, how do you manage to keep your content different and exciting all the time? And how do you stand out from the rest?
I think it's not, it's a gift from God, because people creating content should be really creative. They should, I'm creating content for 14 years now. Yeah. So you should be really crazy to find content that people are still loving it or are still following you. They should see the other videos as well to get ideas, and you just need to be really creative, because at the moment, if I put like 10 posts for TikTok, 4 posts for Facebook, 2 posts for Instagram, and 1 post for YouTube, it's 17 posts a day. So you need to be really creative.
Do you have a whole team to help you with this, or
I've
you do it by yourself?
Editors,
Okay,
I've got
good.
2 editors. I've got 1 person writing caption for me. I've got 1 person uploading the videos for YouTube. Yeah. And she's doing some other stuff, like writing caption for my Facebook as well.
Okay.
But because some of my stuff are in Iran and we are on sanctions, I have to manage my social medias myself.
Okay.
I haven't employed anyone for my social media, so I'm doing it myself at the moment.
All right.
So busy. Sometimes I'm working till 5, 6 in the morning.
Because you're telling me the platforms that you're on and the amount of content that you have to post, it can be very difficult.
Yeah.
And there's a debate about what people want to be called. For example, some people say, I'm not an influencer, I'm a content creator, or I'm a food blogger. How would you describe yourself?
To be honest, I was doing food critic as well for a long time, but too much hassle. I used to go to police a lot, and the business like arguing why he's writing bad stuff about us. But after a while, I decided to become like food blogger. So when I travel, it's my best moment, because I can find lots of foods. I can taste them. I can, breaking the bread with people, and I can share it with people. They are watching it, they're loving it. And, you know, sometimes you're getting a video, you are so happy, you're saying, oh, what a catch. But when you put it on your social media, people don't like it, or it's not getting view, or so you're getting upset about it. But you still need to carry on and get videos until you find what people loves. And now I'm in the position that I can see people watching my videos for a long time on YouTube. So I've got more energy. I'm traveling a lot.
More motivation.
Yeah. I'm so happy about it because I can see people are liking my stuff and they're supporting me. They're supporting me a lot as well.
Who would you say are your top 3 chefs worldwide? Because you've tried so much food.
I love Gordon Ramsay. It's my dream to make a video with him.
Okay.
I'm sure it will happen soon because he just followed me.
Nice.
Kindly.
No way.
Yeah, he's a legend.
That's so cool.
Yeah, because I made a video in his restaurant in Las Vegas.
All right.
And then I saw he sent me a heart and in direct, and he followed me. So it was a big message for me. So I'm gonna keep carry on good working, and it's my dream to make a video of him. I love him. I love Mansour. He's Michelin star Persian chef in Versace Hotel. And I love Mohammed, Eka Mohammed from Atmosphere, because I had a really good video in Atmosphere in Burj Khalifa.
So say I'm a tourist in Dubai and I only have one day, so I need a place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What would be the ultimate Mr. Taster recommendations?
That's a hard question. For dinner, I'll go to Friends. It's in downtown.
Okay.
It's my favorite restaurant, for lunch, I'll go to Burj Khalifa Atmosphere.
Okay.
And for breakfast, I don't know.
Maybe something Persian.
Oh, no. No, I like, to be honest with you, for breakfast, I like kelle pache, which is sheep's head. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a heavy breakfast.
It's heavy breakfast. I love it. Yeah.
So do you have the eye and everything? Like it's just
everything,
the head?
like brain, eye. It's very common in Iran.
Okay.
And they have like mashing everything, like ears and tongue all together, and then they putting on the juice.
Nice.
Yeah, and you share the bread as well. So here I would go with trove maybe.
Trove, okay.
Yeah, the trove in
Dubai Mall?
Dubai Mall, yeah.
Okay. And being an international food blogger, like you were just mentioning, you've tried so many unique dishes.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've had ever?
I had a couple of crazy stuff that people didn't like it. I had pig nose. I had pig nose in US. We had it in Los Angeles, and people didn't like it. Some like Muslims ask me why you're eating it, and but I'm a food blogger. I try everything, and I respect to all the countries and all the foods. So when I went to Vietnam, I had the baby duck, like 18 days duck. They call it balut.
Baby duck, okay.
Yeah, it's 18 days duck. In as an egg, like they open
like an
it.
embryo.
Yeah, embryo. Yeah, exactly.
Duck embryo. Okay, yes.
Yeah, I had it. To be honest with you, I didn't like it.
It's a Vietnam specialty.
Yeah, but I didn't like it. But I love it because it's their food and they're loving it. And I had like crocodile.
Oh my God, what was that like?
Vietnam.
Was it like really like?
To be honest, I
hard
hated
or
it, but I
dry?
said I love it. The way I ate it, everyone told me, "Oh, we should try it. Was it really delicious?"
How do you eat all of this?
Oh, to be honest, I was like, I feel like sick for one day.
How many bites did you have for the crocodile?
Yeah, but
one bite.
I had crazy stuff like this. But
wow.
I had, to be honest, I didn't know that. But when I went to China, they gave me dog, and I didn't know and I didn't know that it's dog. If I knew, maybe I don't, because for dogs, I really, because I'm dog lovers and pet lovers. So I didn't know that. So I tried it, and it was really delicious. But
like
it's their culture, you know, it's their culture. They're loving it. They're having it.
So right after you found out it was dog, did you like feel sick or something, or it was fine?
To be honest, after, no, I didn't feel
you were
sick,
good?
but I was okay. But if I knew it's dog, maybe I wouldn't.
You would skip it.
Yeah. Some people might not like it. I do apologize for them, but it's my job and I have to try and I have to respect when I'm going to a country or really hating them to say, oh, I don't like it. Even if I don't like it, I will have it and I will say it's delicious because it's their foods. And I have to respect
the culture, the tradition.
That's, for me, culture is more important than food. So I respect to all people. I respect to all
really
foods.
Nice. And being a content creator, I'm always confused what to do when I go for like a paid review to a restaurant and I end up not liking the food. How would you go about it? Like, for example, you're getting paid to review and all of that, but you don't actually like the food.
If, to be honest, it was the same when I was doing it in Iran. Even if I had a contract with restaurant to advertise them, if I didn't like them, I was canceling it.
And
I was giving the money back. And I still doing the same because if I don't like it, if I'm going for advertising, I'm not tasting or I'm not promoting it for my audience because they're trusting me for long term. But for others, normally I don't accept. You can't see anything apart from food.
Yeah, that's exactly because I did go through your Instagram. I went through your Facebook as well. So it's all purely for food. And that's the common thing between all the top food bloggers like Mark Wiens and then the Food Ranger as well. So and also, we just discussed previously that you get negative comments as well. How do you deal with the hate and negative comments? Because social media can be very toxic.
You know, I used to focus on Instagram only. And when I was getting haters or when something happening and they were attacking to my page, it was a bit tough because my customers might not working with me when they were seeing all the negative comments. But now, because we are monetizing on big platforms like YouTube or Facebook, we don't care anymore. We're just saying anymore. You know, when you're getting more haters, you're getting more money out of it.
Exactly. So, more fans as well.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm going to city or to a country, many people traveling to that country because of my contents.
That's really good.
So it's about economy, it's about tourism, it's about food tourism. You know, I think the people that thinking about just free foods, they're not well educated because they haven't understood the food tourism yet, because that's a big thing. Because I remember when I was doing it in Iran, people laughing to me. The government didn't like it. That's why they put really huge tax on Mr. Taster when I was living there. Huge one. The reason I came out, one of the reasons was was the huge tax, but they didn't understand it. They didn't know that Mr. Taster could bring lots of or maybe they knew. I don't know, but God knows. But to be honest with you, when Mark Wiens traveled to Iran, when I showed it. I put money because I didn't let them to even spend one penny. I arranged the hotel, I arranged even their tickets with the airline. So I did everything to show my country and foods, really just to bring the tourism, because I knew that it's going to help. But they didn't understand it, to be honest with you. So that's why I'm here. I'm sure I'm going to do bigger stuff for Dubai and for the country UAE, because it's my home now. It's my second home. I'm pretty new
in UAE.
I haven't done much for the country yet, but the reason I'm traveling more to other countries is to bring more followers to my platforms. So when I do anything for Dubai or for UAE, all the people around the world will watch it.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's my plan is.
And you've taken something that you love to do into a business. You've made it into a business. What tip would you give to someone who wants to do the same?
My biggest mistake, let's start with my biggest mistake, is I focus only on one platform. And you know, I was digital marketer, so I was teaching people to be multi-channels. So what I'm going to suggest them and tell them to do is make sure that you're on all platforms. Like when Threads came, I've got like 90,000 fans on Threads now. So make sure that if any new platform coming and you feel that you're going to be successful, you must be there and ask themselves why I'm here and how I should work here.
But isn't it easier to direct traffic to one place?
No, it's not. No,
okay.
because they are helping each other as well. When my YouTube channel going up, it's helping my Facebook and other Instagram and TikTok as well. The same for TikTok, the same for Instagram. So they have to be on all of them. And the second thing is content. You need to be creative. You need to spend money on it. It's not, creating content is not cheap.
Yes. In the beginning.
Yeah,
especially.
Because when I'm traveling to one country, I have to pay for my tickets. I have to pay for my hotel. Like my US trip was 50,000 dirhams for 28 days. And I was lucky because I found a friend and they asked me to go to their house. Otherwise, it was 80,000 dirhams. So it's not cheap trips.
Yes.
So make sure that spend money on it. For the beginning, it's going to be tough because I'm sure many people, they don't have enough money for traveling. So they can start with easier travels. Like Pakistan was so cheap.
Yeah.
I just paid, and the people were really hospitable. Like I didn't pay even one penny for the food because
they don't let you pay.
It was exactly like Iran. So the creating content is not cheap. In the same time, you can find the destinations that are cheaper. So start with cheaper ones and find the destination that can help you to grow faster.
Yes.
So once you start it, you will get enough money from platforms or from businesses that you can inject it to your business and then travel to more expensive places.
Yeah, that's really good advice.
Yeah.
And that's the end of our interview. So we have 2 more segments. One of them is called the Bigger Picture Challenge.
Right.
I'm going to give you a book and a pen.
Yeah.
And then I will tell you to draw a picture and you have to do it in less than a minute. Okay?
One picture?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm going to see your sketching
really
skills today. Really? There you go.
Thank you.
All right, let me just open my stopwatch. Okay, draw your favorite Iranian dish. Oh, wow, 40 seconds. Okay. Is it like a platter, like with fruits or something?
No, it's actually kubide.
Oh,
kebab.
kubide, I love that.
So 2. We normally put 2.
Okay, yes.
And we got rice here. And I've got the tomato and green pepper. Green chili,
okay, nice. It's not that bad, by the way.
No, yeah, because I eat it a lot, so I wasn't
that was the first thing you thought of? All right, and the next session is called Rapid Fire, where I'm going to ask you 10 questions and you need to answer as quickly as you can.
All right.
Okay? If you had to delete one social media platform from your phone, what would it be?
I would delete TikTok.
What was the last song you listened to?
Oh, I listened to Iranian one, Shahram Shahpare.
Who is a content creator you would love to collaborate with?
Oh, I love Khalid Al-Amari. Yeah.
Okay. And what is a country on your bucket list?
I love to travel to Greenland, in Denmark, and I love to travel to India too. Yeah.
Okay. And what's the best advice you ever got?
Yeah, I had a teacher in the US, Leanne Evans. She told me, find the social media that people loves and create content for social medias based on what people like. So it was the best advice. And it was the reason I started Mr. Taster.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
To earn good money and helping people.
And what is your favorite Netflix series?
I haven't seen anything on Netflix, but I haven't. I'm watching all my, because I'm not I haven't got enough time to watch.
Who is your source of inspiration?
At the moment, I think the top 3 food bloggers, Mark Wiens, Food Ranger, and Sunny.
I'm really excited to see, where Mr. Taster is going to go in the future. And it was such a nice conversation that I had with you. Thank you so much for coming.
Sorry to be emotional because, as I told you yesterday, I wasn't in the good mood because of my uncle. But rest in peace and thank you for having me today.
No, of course. Like, it's really nice to know the person, the emotions, their story. So thank you for sharing it with us.
So
and
much.
yes, may he rest in peace. And I hope your family gets the patience to deal with this loss.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on The Bigger Picture. Thank you so much for listening to The Bigger Picture. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Do let us know in the comments what your favorite part of the podcast was. Like this video, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And make sure to follow Mr. Taster on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.